Probably should have did the mic test for that. 3. Cool. Alright, we good. Foster Gamer, Foster Gamer. And, yeah, I decided to chill out. Like, just for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, like, that prologue ended up having me a little bit on the emotional side at the end of it. Cause it was like, yo, fam, we did all that shit just for this girl to still end up going to jail. Good twist. I give him 100% props on that. Finally found my chamber. Although the journey was longer than expected, the destination is really quite charming. I should make myself familiar with the comfortable new surroundings. Okay, so
Huh. Huh.
you turn on my volume a little bit. Not my mic volume, but I'm talking about like just the regular volume.
Elizabeth, thank you for coming. I shall not take up too much more of your precious time.
Not at all, Detective. I had best not be away for too long. Madame would not be pleased when there is so much work to do.
Well, mademoiselle, if anyone was to ask, I required your urgent attention with a delicate matter. That should be enough to give you a moment's peace.
Thank you, Detective.
Can I assume you are aware of the probable black male ring in the
I
area?
have heard whispers, but this town is full of busybodies. It's hard to know what is the truth and what is hot air from socialites trying to outdo one another.
Shit, just I ain't gonna cap. That kind of sounds a little bit like Twitter. Or at least that's the state like Twitter's in, kinda, or probably has always been. Like I'm somewhat a little bit new to Twitter. I only been on Twitter for like maybe 2 years, so it's not like I know how Twitter's always been. But like I'm judging it the same way I kind of judge Facebook. It definitely do have its like toxic moments. Everybody trying to like show off about they like luxurious lives and shit. Me personally, I just kind of let y'all in because I don't show my face mostly with content creating. Like I did like maybe one vlog, and that was when I went to Comic-Con with the homie and shit. And that's been about it so far, I think. So that's like the only time y'all really got to see what I look like. So usually I put more effort into like kind of engaging with y'all on Twitter. Also, just like the story times. I don't know if I'm ever gonna bring those back, but I might. But like I said, my stories are 100% facts. So I'm not one for like trying to make up convoluted stories or fake ass stories. Like that's not me.
I would not have thought you want to join in with such chatter.
I'm not, but it can be hard to ignore. I try to quash any talk of it in the house. But it's easier said than done. When the staff are together, it seems to be a competition to see who can dream up the most scandalous rumour.
Now this sound like YouTube with the fake stories and shit. See, y'all see y'all see where I was going with this?
You are a loyal maid and friend. Mademoiselle Angeline is fortunate to have you.
It baffles me why they would target her in the first place. She has such a kind and pure soul. That may not be what you remember of Mademoiselle, but she has grown into a kind-hearted young lady.
I was wary of that when I arrived, but I myself can see a change in her, a maturity. And if it is as kind and pure as you have stated, she should not be troubled by the letter.
Letters, Detective. I brought you the other.
You do not know me, but I know you and your family very well. For years you have stood high on your pedestal, attending parties, living the lifestyle of the upper class, pouring champagne on women. Oh, sorry, that was your father. But anyway, a life that you were born into, all the while hiding a sordid secret that is that shorted or sordid? I apologize for fucking that word up. Secret that would tarnish the Van Den Bosch name forever. I might make that a series at some point, like me just looking up some words and shit. Get my vocabulary up. Especially if I'm gonna keep streaming some of this detective shit to y'all. But I mean, my knowledge on things ain't too bad though. But anyway, a life that you were born into, or hiding a secret that would tarnish the Van Den Bosch name forever. Once a respected family with morals and nobility. I said nobility. But now you rely on riches and jewelry to show your worth. A worth that is not deserved. Even residing in a home that was obtained under your lies. But not for long. Watch this low-key be Florette, yeah. For your secret to remain exactly that, take a brown paper parcel filled with 5,000 francs addressed to Monsieur Dupont to Barber and Sons Cobblers before sundown on Friday. If you do as I request, this will be the last you hear from me. You'll be able to return to your life of stolen wealth and access. If you refuse, be sure the name Van Den Bosch will be a whisper for the whisperer lips for years to come. That's my whole thing though. Her paying them was kind of bad in the sense of now it's like, oh, like I probably didn't have like a secret on your family before, but now I pretty much do. I created one. You was bribed and you paid up. So the family's not as noble as you claim. Like, see, y'all see how I just went off of that? Like, yo, it's like I pretty much threw a dart, and y'all. I said dart. I threw a lure, and y'all caught on to it anyway. Even though the lure didn't have no worm on that shit, it was just a hook. Like, you get it? Like, it was just literally a hook, line, and sinker.
I have tried to tell her not to think any more on them, but she fears that even a fabricated story could ruin the family name. She even frets at what it may do to her engagement.
I have met Monsieur Demire, and I cannot see his love for Angeline diminishing at something so trivial. Merci for bringing this letter to me.
Angeline worries so much about the family name, but from Elizabeth's Elizabeth's telling, she has nothing to worry about, at least from her perspective. Perhaps the secret does not directly concern Angeline at all, and she is merely an easy target. Of course, because she has love for her moms. Like,
merci, mademoiselle.
Because, like, okay, so I'm trying to think, from a psychological standpoint, a lot of us children, we are like, we pretty much are like, we have this innate thing of like having love for our family, like for our parents and shit. Even like even those that probably didn't even grow up with like parents, like those were like that were like stuck in like orphanages and shit. Like they see people with their own family. Sometimes they get jealous because they want to know that love that the parent gave them. Like when I think it's just like innate in like children, and then as we get older, sometimes like it can spiral out until and turn into like and be detrimental to like our mental growth, you know. So yeah, shit can get real when family's involved.
The pleasure is mine, Detective.
Sorry, I was just seeing real quick if my controller was good on power. Let's see here. Was that the first letter? Yeah, that was the first letter. So we got payment demanded and payment acknowledged, right?
Order and method. That is...
Hold on. My fault. Black Meller wishes family to leave the manor.
I cannot see the logic in this. Is there something I am... Come, my little grey cells.
It's obvious that that he
This will not get me any club. I must act on thought and...
Okay. Let me actually read. Larry suggests the Black Meller wants to see the family lose everything, including the house. The Black Meller clearly wants the family to fall. I thought I connected this.
I must take a different approach if I am to...
Okay. I was about to say, like, I thought I connected it. Payment demanded.
This will not get me any...
Yeah, but my whole thing is... Okay, wait. Let me try this one real quick.
Order and method. That...
Because I was going off of that one just because it's like, why would, Wait, this house do hold many secrets, though.
I must act on thought and...
But, wait, is this the only thing on here? Okay, cool. So, I'll figure it out eventually. But, my train of thought. The weird thing is, it's like, okay, it sounds like they never wanted to talk to her again, right? But they paid the payment. Payment was paid.
I must take a different approach if I am to... Is there something I am...
I didn't get a new thing. So... Handwritten.
I cannot see the logic in this. Come, my little grey cells. This will not get me in.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's like it's always the same thing with these controllers, yo. It's always the stupid left analog stick. And that's because like you play games, if you play games like
Order and method. That is the way.
if you play games like Ghost of Tsushima, you gotta press down on your L3 pad. That's on the L3 pad. You gotta press down on your L3 and you gotta press down on the analog stick. So it fucks up your controller.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Fam, it's one of these two here. Unless we're talking about payment demanded. Wait. And the staff's aware of it, right?
Come, my little grey cells.
Fam, they kind of reaching on this one.
I must take a different approach if I am.
Wait, she's unaware of the payment?
I must act on thought and...
Okay.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Family suggests the blackmailer wants to see the family to lose everything, including this house.
Come, my little grey cells. I must act on thought and fact. I must take a different approach if I am to...
Consider the nature of the blackmail letters. Fan, that's what I was saying before, though. If the payment was acknowledged, then why would they still be blackmailing?
This will not get me any closer to my...
And this was already here, right?
Order and
Yeah,
method.
so...
Is there something... I must take a different approach if I am to
That's what I'm saying. This is where my train of thought is going. Like, bro, you paid the first payment, yet they still want another one. And the first payment was acknowledged, right? But my question is, why you still why they still making you do this? So obviously, they want you to suffer. However,
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps...
I might have to look this up again. Cause like, yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not picking up what the game's wanting me to exactly do. This is more annoying than the than the first one, kinda. Cause it's like, yo, why? Like, what am I looking for exactly? Or like, where's this conversation going? That's the better way. Cause I'm already like ahead of like the whole thing. Like, why? It's like I keep having to go back. Like I hate having to go backwards. Like that's just me as a person. Like the game's good for this. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it's like personal preference. It's like I like to just keep moving on and getting shit solved here. So we got household's main secrets, right?
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Claims the quill pen is an ornament and is not used. But how would you know that?
Is there something...
That's my whole thing. Like, how would somebody know that?
I must act on thought. Come, my little grey cells. We must think...
Alright, I'm gonna just keep focusing on this big three right here. I think I'm just like...
Order and method. That...
Okay, so I got all those done, right? Yeah, that's all done.
Come, my little grey cells. We...
Okay, so that one's done. Oh, I didn't connect this one.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Of course you can, bro. Of course you can. Alright, so I got the whole big three done. The only other thing I can think of is maybe payment acknowledged.
This will not get me any closer. I must take a different approach.
Bruh.
Is there something I have... Order and method.
This whole thing's connected though.
I must act on thought.
Only other thing I think of is this thing, right?
I must act on thought and... Is there something... Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Bro, this had nothing to do where I was going, huh? Like, the staff members that are aware of the blackmail could possibly know the reason why. It appears Van Bosch's secrets may not be the secret at all. Our staff may know what the blackmailer is holding over the family. But bro, that's a speculation though. And then the fact that like I think he said it at first. I might have said it too. Like only a few people would know the secret. But I think I was just going off of the fact that Angeline like trusted, like, because I'm going off of the fact of who the house staff is. While I don't trust this Archibald nigga, I trust Elizabeth. She cool. But yeah, this white dude Archibald, I never seen him before. If anything, he might be Luke's replacement, low key. But like, yeah, I don't know shit about him. But at the same time, it's like it seems like Angeline trusts him. which is what kept throwing me for a loop. Piece of literature.
Of course, Detective. What is... She will no doubt be with Master Gideon. The party was just beginning when I came upstairs.
That is my cue to make a grand entrance. Am I presentable enough for the creme of society?
Quite handsome, Detective.
Merci. If you catch me snoring, please poke me in the ribs.
I will use Madame's sharpest poker.
What the fuck was that?
It sounds as though someone else may have already been poked.
Oh shit. Oh shit, chapter 2, the altercation. My man gave him the knuckle sandwich.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would be so kind to return to the party.
With all this excitement out here,
I believe that is an end to the excitement, as you put it, Monsieur Demire.
It's hardly the job of a detective to resolve a domestic argument, but under the circumstances, perhaps there is more to it. I shall speak with Major outside.
Ah, thank God. One last match.
Bonjour, Monsieur Hagen.
I wondered when you would be arriving. At least now you can do your job.
Man, shut the fuck up, bro. You thinking I forgot about that last time, bro? I did do my job. Your hating ass just decided, like, oh, nah, I'm going to just do whatever the lady says. And truthfully, it's like, I don't care how good you did your job. I'm outranking you here. Like, bro, I never heard of a major having an inferiority complex. That's some other shit.
Pardon, Monsieur.
I have just been assaulted. I want him arrested.
I am afraid it is not as simple as that. I merely witnessed you standing up from the ground.
This is ridiculous. You know very well what he did.
You're gonna have to talk on it, bro.
Perhaps you could elaborate on what instigated the altercation.
Yeah. Yeah, Hercule don't give a shit, just like I don't give a shit at this point. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, bro. Just tell me what happened, since you want me to do my job so badly.
I should have known you wouldn't make things easy.
Bro, I'm helping you. It's clear that the major is still outraged by what has just happened. But I must learn what caused the escalation into physical violence.
I have met Monsieur Demire. He does not seem one to physically assault someone unless provoked.
I hope you're not implying that I started it.
Nah, bro. You're implying it.
I am only stating what I have seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay what I seen,
I
guys.
was having a private conversation with Angeline when he interrupted and struck me. That is all there is to know.
Right. Yeah, have fun trying to preach that. If the major is still the same man that I met all those years ago, I'm sure he'll remain defensive, and the blame for the altercation would fall surely on Monsieur Demar. Perhaps the best approach will be to act as though I'm on the major side and cocks out the truth. What?
I would not act any other way. Well, unless I am provoked.
Okay.
You have grown rather close with the Vandenbosch family, it seems.
What has my relationship with the family got to do with anything? Why are you even here, officer?
Detective. And I was invited by Mademoiselle Angeline, personally.
Seems to be mistake after mistake with that girl.
I think I should go with agreeable. Because I think suggestive might, like, since he's technically an officer of the law too, he'll take it the wrong way.
Of course I do. What a stupid question. He is scum. Him and his whole family. If I had my way, he wouldn't have even stepped foot in this house.
So, he won't step foot in his house. Do you think Mazur's actions are appropriate? There's clearly some hot. Because if I assume that, if I antagonize him, he gonna get pissed. I'm gonna just mock the nigga.
Are you dumb as well? Why would I be happy about being punched in such an underhanded way?
Bro, they're trying to get me.
My apologies, monsieur. Perhaps I had not worded my question appropriately. Do you feel that Monsieur Demir had reason enough in his eyes to act as he did?
To act as he did? He assaulted me! What planet are you living on?
Bro, so if some dude is getting your wife pissed, you're not gonna punch him? Cause like I'm going by these type of times, you feel me? Cause the type of times we live in now, it's like if somebody's really pissing off your wife and shit, your wife gonna fuck them up. like wife who don't play that shit. And then you gonna have to get her off of him. And then if you try swinging on her, then you swinging back. Like
useless once again. I don't know why I should be surprised. Feel free to return to the party. Leave me to my cigar.
I'm afraid my feelings towards the Major may have got the better of me with such hostile questioning. Bro.
I have met Monsieur Demir.
I hope you're not implying that...
I am only
I was having a private...
I'm mad because they're making me,
I would not act...
You have grown...
What is my relation...
Detective.
If I...
So you want me to antagonize you?
Officer Poirot, are you going to do something about him or not?
Bro, that one did not make sense to me.
It is Detective Poirot. And if you refuse to answer my questions, I do not see how I can continue.
Facts, bro. Like, fuck out of here. I'm not a cop no more.
I just don't know what she sees in him. Angeline could do so much better.
What, like you?
I don't think she realizes what she is getting herself into. I can't imagine her living a happy life with that rogue.
I see. Merci, monsieur, for your honest opinion. whether I agree or not. I shall leave you to your cigar and return to the party.
So he wants to tap that. Bro, I don't know why you think that's gonna work. Cause you can't like when the major seems more like from Angeline's perspective, I think she sees the major more as like an acquaintance of her mother more than her. So it's like, bro, like how was you gonna make that work? You're kind of in that age bracket. You was kind of in that age bracket back then, where like it just doesn't make sense. It's not often a violent altercation happens at a celebration such as this. I should investigate why it began. This part is already filled with more drama than most, and it has barely begun. I was requested here to find the blackmailer, but perhaps the altercation is connected somehow. So, okay, so it looks like they're leaving me to to figure this shit out.
Monsieur Sterling, I trust the preparations are progressing since our last meeting.
Please, Detective. Archibald is fine. Everything is in order now. Are you ready to join the party?
You are head butler of this house. It is a position that warrants respect, and I shall continue to give it, Monsieur Sterling. And I must admit, it is the smell from the kitchen that has my attention more than the party itself.
Rehana is quite the cook, but it will still be some time. Maybe you'd like to enjoy a drink while you wait? Some of the guests are already in the salon to your left. And the remaining guests are in the library on the first floor.
I will be sure to explore both. Merci.
Dinner will be served in the dining room, but the rest of the evening is yours to enjoy.
You have all certainly been working hard, it seems.
Very hard. The lady of the house wanted everything a certain way, and that's how it was to be done.
You did not want to inject an altercation between Demure and the Major.
It is my responsibility to look after the house and staff, not to resolve petty disputes.
I cannot imagine he will be in any mood to attend the party.
He often has a cigar to calm down, and if that doesn't relax him, that temperature outside surely will.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
Let's see, it's time I met the fellow guests for the party. They all have connections to the family in some respect, and although they are here to join in the celebration, perhaps one of them has a sinister motive. Facts, facts. So I don't know which I want to start with. Do I want to start with the library or the dining hall? Probably the library first.
Aha.
Didn't see this shit before. All day service, staff rotate. Whew. Turn down service for the housekeeping. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Find out how staff members may be linked to the recent events. Staff live and work in this house with the Von Don Bosch family. It would be surprising for them to know more than the family. Oh, would not be surprised for them to know more than the family would expect or want. Facts.
Oh,
So rota, I guess, means rotation. So all day service. I know what's the name's the cook. So housekeeping, I'm assuming that's more like in Elizabeth's lane. But I don't know who Ingi is. I don't know who that is. So I'll be on alert for that in Rena and Archibald too. And again, now we're going off the fact that like if we go off of the fact that staff members may know more about the place than anybody else around here, that puts them more on the suspect list. I'm assuming this is to the library, right? Yeah. So that's to the library. Looks like the what's the name note's gone. I'll say they won't let me go back to it's like damn, I was trying to see who's getting jiggy. Segment.
I told you, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not a reporter.
But you're going to want to hear this. You could interview me now.
And why would I want to spend my evening doing that?
The world needs to know. You want to sell papers, I want the truth to be known. Win-win.
Win, 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 win. Fuck everything else and win, 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 win.
I came here to enjoy myself, not to hear a second-string version of...
I was there. I saw the whole thing, including who was ruining the show.
All right, I'll bite. Let's talk later.
Ernesto. Before we start engaging in conversations, perhaps the happy couple has someone in a particularly romantic mood. Okay, so romance novel. There are enough mysteries in this house without being distracted by fictional ones. Hey, fictional mysteries keep the pen sharp. Looks like the happy couple are planning their honeymoon, but are undecided of their destination. Collection of books. I could spend every waking moment reading the adventures of the characters within these books. Okay, so I know y'all probably thinking what I'm thinking. Secret entrance? More than likely.
Oh.
Why does it seem so blurry? Oh, it's because of how the light's shining. Okay, I was like, yo, why does it seem so blurry?
Aha. Hmm. Hmm.
I know you're probably wondering why I ain't reading some of this shit. Because I feel like it was probably not like really that important.
Huh. Huh.
So she has materials on them. That's a Hoka pendulum.
Oh. Ah.
Okay.
Allow me to introduce myself. Hercule Poirot.
Hugo Beckers. A pleasure.
I hope I am not disturbing you. I often find myself at a loose end at parties such as these.
I've never been referred to as a loose end before, but it is always good to make a new acquaintance. There is no better way to understand one's purpose in life. I stand up for the workers that cannot do it themselves.
You work with a union?
Union leader, well, that is my formal title. But I see myself as more than just that. So much more. I am the face of the people. A voice in the void when there is none.
Very spirited. You have quite the way with words.
In my line of work, it is essential. Some fight with their fists, but I believe words are the ultimate weapon.
True. Shit, words cause fights with fists. Is it the Demar boss family that brings you here?
I have been working with Gideon for quite some time. We are doing great things together. Great things.
I was not aware he was part of the union.
Well, he's not exactly. But he is an ally in the battle we face. Without his support, our uphill struggle would surely be a climb. Hopefully my talks with De Silva will help him see the light. I don't know what you think you heard, but it was a private matter and I appreciate if you kept it to yourself.
I can assure you, Monsieur Beckers, your conversation is exactly that. Yours.
Then maybe we should just leave it there.
Damn, bro. Is there something more to this conversation? If there's nothing to hide, or both parties hesitant to elaborate? Why are both parties hesitant to elaborate?
Merci. If I find myself at a loss again, I shall certainly return.
Word, bro. Why you get so pissed? I was not expecting that type of hostility. So wait, I still gotta inspect this pantry again? Guess so. Alright. So...
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. You're not from around here, are you?
My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a friend of Mademoiselle, soon to be Madame, Angeline.
I see. Jacqueline Conrad. No doubt you've heard the name before.
I am rather embarrassed to say I have not, Madame.
No need for the madame. I'm not married. Just call me Jackie.
Oui, Jackie.
Seriously? You don't know who I am?
My sincerest apologies.
And I thought you Europeans were meant to be cultured.
Should I bite my tongue at her comment? Culture is the heart of our country. I cannot say the same for the United States. Oh, so she's from the U.S. Her name was not one I immediately recognized, but from her confidence and her assumptions in being recognized, I believe her to be well-known newspaper magnate whose story magnate whose stories occupy me every morning.
Here's the thing. I'm one of those people you want to know, and not be on the wrong side of.
Perhaps it would be wise for me to remain on your good side.
It's the best place to be. You wouldn't believe what a couple of positive stories can do for a family name, or a career.
And that is what you have done for the Van den Bosch family?
A little help goes a long way, and from what I have seen, the ladies deserve some positive support. I heard, and it doesn't surprise me. There will always be someone trying to get something out of someone else. People are only out to help themselves.
That is a rather pessimistic way of thinking.
It is, but it's not completely wrong. But the one thing you could say that's optimistic is like, yeah, it's gonna be people, but people is not like everybody. The only time the only time to me when like everybody's applied to people is when you say the people. But yeah, but when you just say people, like you're just generally talking about maybe what, like 10 to 12 personnel. But when you say the people, then you're talking about everybody.
But it's the truth. And in my experience, more often than not, it's someone the victim knows, and knows pretty well.
Same.
You make me question those I consider friends.
And maybe you should. If you have something you don't want the world knowing, just keep it to yourself.
Facts. It may be the nature of her work, but she lacks any sense of compassion for those that fall victim to such betrayal.
That's what we call eavesdropping.
Pardon. I didn't mean to pry.
Yeah, it was just loud enough for all of us to hear.
And with respect, I don't think it's really any of your business.
It's certainly not what I was expecting from Conrad. This is not what I was expecting. Conrad is a force of her own. I shall have to play my cards right with her.
I must take my leave.
Cool. Alright, that's the...
Bonjour. Are you a guest of Mademoiselle Angeline or Monsieur Demire?
Do I know you?
Where are my manners? I am Hercule Poirot.
The lawman.
Oui, monsieur. Detective Poirot. And you are?
Ernesto da Silva.
Oh, so this nigga next to me. That's in the room next to me.
A pleasure, monsieur.
I'm a man of business.
I see. Is there a particular area of business that is your focus?
Overseas investments, international relations. I also own a number of factories in the city.
So it seems he's trying to become more international. Which I respect. Like, I mean, shit. It's kind of my focus too. Like with my channel and shit, because it's like I'm not like one of them niggas that selling this shit like in the hood, like it's in the hoods and all that. So, man, a few words just may become more like drawn blood from a stone than back and forth conversation.
Très bien. Monsieur has many talents.
We work together as partners, yes.
You must know the Van den Bosch family well, then.
I help Madame Van den Bosch, if and when she needs me.
Oh, so that's probably why it made you mad. He couldn't get at Cassandra, so he tried to get at Angeline because they're still like, yo, nope, that's me. I'm I provide the pleasantries for Cassandra. Ernesto, that's me. Monsieur referred to Madame Van den Bosch as Cassandra, before quickly retracting. Perhaps they're closer than he is willing to say. Yeah, see? I called that too.
But frankly, I have no time for childish school fights.
You are not aware of the circumstances that started it, then?
I heard something about a cigar. Only Felix would be petty enough to get riled up by something so menial.
A cigar?
Yes, Monsieur Demire had one of Felix's precious cigars. If you ask me, they won't be the real thing anyway.
Oh, 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 oh. This man just said, like, bruh, he not smoking that good shit. So the major been smoking on that weak shit. Bro, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Like, as far as like a tobacco product, I'm like, you say you smoking that weak shit, bro. Oh my god. I would not expect two children to act that way, let alone two supposed distinguished gentlemen.
Distinguished gentlemen? It was two alpha males going head to head. Master Gideon came out the victor.
Facts.
Surely we have passed the days where shows of unnecessary brute strength impress anyone.
When it comes to the protection of a woman, we are far from it. Man will always return to their most primitive form.
And in a sense, I feel like, and as a man, I feel like that is like one of man's biggest weaknesses. Because think about like wars and shit like that. A lot of wars are generally started because one dude wants to be alpha of everything. I'm not gonna cap on that. Like, you know, it's kind of true when you think about it. Like, man always wants to go to primitive form. Like, for some reason, like, us wanting to dominate everything kind of like gets at us. And don't get me wrong, I have a little bit of that. I have a little bit of that too. It's just I'm more controlling of it. Like, I think more than I rather think first than act, and it end up being like a waste of time, you know, or it doesn't like give me like the more favorable outcome. Because somebody asked me a similar question about that. This person I ended up blocking, by the way. But like, yeah, they had asked me, what would I do if somebody called my sister the N-word and just like a few years later come back and I guess apologize for it or some shit like that. And I pretty much answered them that same way. It's like, why would, like, me punching them out over that would have landed me in jail. Like, you feel me? And then I wouldn't be able to look after like my loved ones and shit. Cause people can still die in jail, by the way. Shit, people could die in Job Corps. Like, I've heard of the stories of it happening. And I mean, not just from like it being myth, but from like from people that were actually there, that actually knew the people.
Mademoiselle Angeline. The Major has no place to feel threatened. Monsieur Gédion is to become her husband.
And he has spent the last however many years supporting them, as he calls it, clutching on to whatever he can.
Merci for your time. It has been most intriguing.
So, who's the good side and who's the bad side? That's why Gideon hasn't kind of been off my list yet of like suspects. I haven't crossed him off of the fact that it's like, yo, he. Matter of fact, I named that before. Because think about it like this: he knows the right things to say, and if I remember right, Angeline just happened to also have like a small interest in romance too. This must be from library. I wonder what story will match this excitement. That's a thriller novel. Cause it's the thriller, yeah. Hey, the one thing I could at least say is at least it ain't the right analog stick this time.
Order and method. That is the way. Magnifique.
That's to help out the family. There's so much help you can receive before you're simply relying on someone. What do the families still need assistance with? The family still needs help. Hugo and Jackie had a heated conversation.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I should revisit this argument. Something does not feel right about their joint secrecy. Yep. Oh, I'm done here. Okay, I was like, well, why can't I do no more?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Would the Major really start a physical fight over getting and stealing a cigar? Okay, so obviously these two ain't gonna give me no play. And I don't mean it in that type of way. I'm just saying they're not gonna give me no more info. Gotta make sure y'all know that just so I ain't get what? How'd I get in here again? Oh, okay. I don't know what it is, y'all. I feel a sneeze coming in. I can feel it in the air. Like, I should have thought, I would have thought with such a tight schedule, I'd find at least one staff member in here. Okay. But now it's locked, so. So my guess is that somebody's in there. And it's probably low-key the culprit. Because I agree with him. Like, in a scenario like this, you think the room would still be open just so... What the fuck is this? Some information regarding a shelter for women coming from troubled homes and backgrounds. Wait, what? 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 So now I think we have an idea of what happened to Florette. So the dining room's still off limits. So now I guess we shall go into the salon. So he doesn't know how to play the piano. There goes homie getting drunk again.
Oh.
Quite a substantial sized bottle of alcohol, already half drunk. Why is it half empty and sitting on the bar with no glasses behind it? Because we all know who's been drinking that shit. Yo, they getting liquored off of that wine. And just in case for like the youngins, y'all probably wondering why they drink only wine around here. Because if I remember correctly, the Russians made vodka. So around these times, the states and shit were kind of more, I said the states. Different countries weren't really that cool with each other than they are now. News of continued factory strikes, workers demanding fair treatment by Jacqueline Conrad. Now think about it. That's probably one of the reasons why she didn't get married, because around this time they still, of course it'd be her, but around this time they still want they would still want women to be more submissive. Elegance. Shout out to Elegance. She in the live chat. Yeah, so they would still want women to be more submissive. So the fact that Jacqueline got that energy, got that real energy right there. Fuck, I forgot where I was going with this convo. Yo, I really I drew a blank. Yeah, but nah, that just proves how dedicated she is to her job.
Monsieur Demir, we meet again.
Because, like, most dudes around this time, they not ready for that type of energy that she providing. Like, she don't play no shits. Monsieur Demir, okay.
What did I tell you? Call me Zach. You found your room all right then?
I did, and a charming room it is.
I don't know if I would call mine charming, but if I drink enough, it won't matter. That's okay. At least you actually care. Not like most of the others here. I'm the groom-to-be's older, more handsome brother.
Ah, oui. I see the resemblance now. How wonderful that you can celebrate this occasion together.
I'll stop you there. The only wonderful thing about this celebration is the free food and drink.
You are not pleased for your brother.
Angeline seems nice enough, but marriage is not for me. What is there to gain from tying yourself to someone for the rest of your life? Besides the money.
The money in the cars. The money in the cars and clothes. The money in the cars and clothes and the hoes.
Recently, not a great deal. Well, except for enjoying myself. I was once a field medic in the military. But those days are over.
A noble occupation. Did you not want to make it your career?
It wasn't my decision to make. I certainly don't miss the battlefield, that's for sure. I'm sure he's fine. You don't need to worry about him. Always the knight in shining armor. Riding in to save the day.
Saving the day from who, exactly?
Well, if Gedeon is the knight in the fairy tale, Felix is the dragon. Felix the Major. Ha! Always there, thinking he is better. Just because he was a major. We all know how he got there. In his mind, that puts him at the top of the chain.
It seems there's some hostility between the audience. It seems there's I'm just waking up, y'all. But so it seems there's some hostility between Demir and the Major, and the animosity that does not come from one evening at a party.
Gedeon said they were the majors, but I didn't think he would miss just one.
Ah, it was you that took the cigar.
Pfft. Me? Okay, detective, you twisted my arm. It was me. But I didn't even get a chance to smoke it. Gedeon snatched it out of my hand. I'm sure he could afford to replace it.
Yeah, especially after what Ernesto said. And the Major saw Gideon holding the cigar, assuming he had taken it. It was all misunderstanding, so why I followed the altercation?
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
So this man got homie in trouble for no reason, pretty much. Okay, let's see what's up with her.
Allow me to introduce myself. Hercule Poirot.
Detective Hercule Poirot? I heard we were being joined by one of the King's finest officers.
Oui, madame. I see my name precedes me.
Oh, so bro got his clout up as he became a detective.
Comtesse Margot de Vos. Charmed, I'm sure.
I don't know what Tesse means.
It is I who is charmed.
Handsome, well-mannered, and a man of the law. I did not expect such a fine caliber of gentleman at this party.
Countess, your compliments are enough to make a young detective blush.
I fill my time mostly with charity work. The number of those less fortunate only continues to grow.
How very admirable.
One must remain humble.
This how engagement brings you here.
I have been a close friend to the Vandenbosch family for, well, heaven knows how long.
Okay.
You must have known the late Viscount then.
Indeed, we had been friends since our school days. His passing was very hard on both Cassandra and young Angeline. I became a sort of protector of them both after his death. A guardian angel, if you will.
Wait, so does that mean she helped them out with her financial problems too? I've learned that friendship in these higher social circles can be nothing more than a facade to remain in position. Perhaps the Comtesse is vying for Madame Van den Bosch's position. I believe that too.
You will find Felix at the center of any trouble, especially when it concerns the ladies of the house.
I understand he has made himself quite at home here.
What an understatement. He thinks his friendship with Cassandra entitles him to anything and everything in the house, including certain opinions of how young Angeline lives her life.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that sees that. She sees that shit too. And I 1,000% agree with her.
He does not approve of Monsieur Demire?
You'd have to ask him. Or rather, speak with Gideon's brother. He will have something to say about Felix, I am sure.
Oh yeah, he did. Comtessa is well versed in drawing one in with delicious bait and then leaving them biting on the line. Another conversation with Zach is in order.
Work with? I built it from the ground up, detective.
My admiration continues to grow.
While my husband, the Honorable Count de Vos, is always busy with his duties, I found myself at rather a loose end. I could not bear wasting my days with no purpose.
Respect. So she said, "Fuck that shit. I'm gonna get some shit popping." I fucks
And
with
one
that.
day, while shopping in the city, I noticed the abundance of young women living and begging on the streets. Dirty and hungry, without a franc to their name.
It is horrifying to think of how so many must live their lives while others live a life of such selfish opulence.
I hope that was not a backhanded comment on the life I live, detective.
Far from it, Countess. You are using your wealth to better the lives of the less fortunate. It is commendable work you do.
It is, isn't it?
The work the Comtesse doing will go a long way to improve the lives of those who need it so badly. I only wish there were more in positions such as her who can see the divide in our society and use wealth to... Bro, she's not even thinking about all that. If anything, like, yeah, to a point, she feels bad for the fortunate, but in other ways, this is kind of low-key like an investment for her. Because think about what happens when those who are less fortunate have certain skill assets that put them above, like, others. Like, for instance, it seems like Hercule comes off as the guy, he grew up from, like, the bottom, you know? And he rose up to become a great detective. That's something you can't... That's, like, because he has certain qualities that sometimes you just can't find in people that grew up in a higher in a higher up, in a more like upper upbringing. Like the man Hercule knows struggle, so it's like it's like to him, it's certain stuff you can't like. It's like you could, like, for instance, like I see this a lot more like in like the upper class. For them, failure is kind of never an option because like not having like money and all that kind of is just something they fear the most because they don't understand what's like to be broke. I'm not saying all, I'm saying some, but yeah. So for some that are like from a lower upbringing, from like a that were raised like poorly, they already at the bottom. So all they can do is just go up. It's like they're willing to take way more risk because they know what it's like to already be like, because it's like, what's the worst that can happen? You gonna go broke? It's like, fam, you already been broke. It's like, so yeah, you'll bounce back from anything because you already been there. What are your thoughts on the Major Demar? Oh yeah, let's ask.
Strapping young man. Angeline has found herself a good one. They certainly make a handsome couple.
Speaking with them both, it is plain to see, even to one that is unexperienced in such emotions, that there is a great deal of love between them.
When they are together, it is obvious for all to see, even at such a young age. But who are we to judge what the heart wants?
Oh yeah, so Silver claimed he helped Madame von den Bosch when required.
He would say that. I mean, financially, yes. But what else does that man have to offer?
I would have been in the background, just like, I would have been like, Dick, he's offering her dick. Like, I've been drinking too much.
I cannot imagine Madame van den Bosch would be one to request financial help.
After Edwin, the Viscount, died, the family was left in a rather unfavorable position. She wasn't requesting, chérie. She was begging.
Oh, shit.
Let's just keep that between us. It's a rather sore subject for her.
It didn't take much for the Countess to reveal the private matters of Madame's business. I'm not sure I would be willing to divulge any information to her.
It has been a pleasure conversing. I look forward to our next tete-a-tete.
Yeah, I was not expecting that either, bro. That's some other shit. Hey, you definitely got some explaining to do. But I wasn't expecting all that. Yeah, see, like I got two off the rip just because of that.
Fire away, detective.
I get the feeling you do not have much fondness for the Major either.
The major pain in the ass. Why should I? It doesn't take a detective to work out the sort of man he really is. You must have seen it, right?
I have my own history with the Major, but that is a story best not told.
I think it's a story best told now. It can't be any worse than what he did to us during the war.
What?
You fought together in the war?
We were on opposing sides.
Have stumbled upon a delicate subject. Yeah, delicate subject. It may be best to avoid it altogether.
The subject of war is a difficult topic for everyone. Perhaps it is best to discuss something else.
If you had seen what I have, what he has done, you wouldn't side with him.
I am taking no sides, monsieur. It is just not conversation fit for a party. Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
So this man did some crazy shit during the war. Let's get this shit. Shaka believes the Major's disdain for him and his brother could be because of their class divides.
This will not get me any closer to my goal. I cannot see the logic in this.
Okay, here we go.
What a revelation.
I didn't realize there was another part of that, of the chain, or whatever you call this place. I wouldn't say it to his face, but I don't think the Major's place to cast judgment on Gideon. Oh, okay, so I finished that. So now we gotta talk to Ernesto, but first, let's Major's been around.
Come, my little grey cells. We
Oh wait, that's right. He did work with the Major, huh?
I must take a different approach if I am to
Alright, I gotta talk to him first. Okay, so let's see what else we got here.
Is there something?
I already talked to Hugo, right? Oh yeah, connect this first.
Another success.
My fault.
I never doubted myself.
Okay, so cool. Like, bro, we all know he was drinking that bottle, and now I gotta talk to him again. So that's funny as hell.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the... This will not get me any closer to my... Come, my little grey cells. I must act on thought and fact, not...
Okay. Oh, it's pamphlet. Some information regarding the shelter of women coming from troubling backgrounds. Oh, that's connected though. Okay.
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps... Order and method. That... This will not get me any closer to...
They also didn't put, by the way, that Zach was a medic.
I must take a different approach.
So he's a supporter of unions. So wait, why would these two be having a heated conversation if they're both so pretty much? Because pretty much all this ties in together. Because unions are supposed to help the workers, and the yeah. So this is all connected.
Is there something I am... Come, my little grey cells.
She has a theory. Believes that the black male must be close to the family. Alright, let me bounce back. Let me think of what have I not connected yet?
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps... I must act on thought and...
Okay, well, looks like it will connect here. The Major has been around to help the family in matters. To what extent, though? Huh.
Order and method. That is...
Maybe this part's a red herring, so ignore that.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
And I already connected the...
I must act on thought and... This will not get me any closer.
What would this have to do with anything?
Order and method. Come, my little grey cells. We must... Is there something I am not...
Probably is. I'm just... Yeah, he worked with the Major. Thought it
I
connected.
cannot see the logic in this. I cannot see the logic in this.
So wait, she's so she supports the family too.
Is there something I am not seeing? Come, my little grey cells.
That's what I'm saying. I thought I connected some of these.
This will not get me any closer.
Okay. Hmm.
must act on thought and... I must take a different approach if I...
What would they have a heated discussion about, though? Because they're both, Wait, what is Hugo's job now I think about it? Alright, he's the leader of a union. Wait. So,
order and method. That...
oh wait, I didn't connect these two.
This will not get me any closer to my...
Okay.
Order and method. Come, my little grey cells.
Don't get this one. Okay, let me go off of the ones I remembered. This was new. These were old. So, for now, let's exclude this.
Is there something?
All this shit is old as hell. Only thing that's somewhat new is like these two, right?
I must act on thought. I must take a different approach if I am to...
So I'm thinking that all this is already connected.
I cannot see the logic in it. Is there something? I cannot see the logic in this.
This was like the only new stuff that I got. And I tried to connect it through the newspaper, but that didn't work, right? Alright, we'll come back to that later.
Fire away, detective.
I don't mean to dampen the celebrations, but would you like me to fetch you a glass of water?
I have a drink, but thanks anyway.
I just would not like to see things get out of hand.
Don't you worry about me. I've got it covered.
Some tell me his excessive drinking is not in celebration of his bro's engagement. His recollection of the war makes me think it may be something more serious.
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
So did I get... Nope.
I must take a different approach if I am to... Come, my little Grace Alice.
Okay, well, that didn't really help me much. Alright, let's get this over with.
Madame Van den Bosch, congratulations are in order on your daughter's engagement.
Thank you. And you are?
Detective Poirot.
I'm sorry, the name eludes me.
That day that the Van den Bosch house has stayed with me, opened my eyes to the unjust treatment of the working class and has been a driving force in becoming the detective I am today. And yet I have barely been a second thought to her.
Once, Officer Poirot, I investigated your daughter's missing bracelet.
Oh, it's you. There is no missing jewelry here today, so we are really not in need of your services.
I am here on a rather more pressing...
I know why you are here, officer. Detective, whatever you are now. Please, just get on with it.
Detective, and I promise not to keep you too long.
Angeline is her own woman now. She can fight her own battles. She does not need her husband to be stepping in.
And what battles would they be?
Nothing that concerns you, detective.
Fam, I'm working for your daughter, so I kind of need to know this shit. Not sure what I expected, madame. Yeah, this nigga's not fond
You
of...
can make whatever assumptions you wish.
Based on several accounts, it seems as though the Major has a certain level of disdain for him and his brother.
Felix is merely protecting both my daughter and the Van den Bosch name.
Protecting them from what exactly?
That is a question best asked to them. Gideon is a fine, educated young man from a well-respected family.
All important when considering a new son-in-law.
A good home and education speaks volumes about a man. Even in the short time they have been engaged, his noble character is obvious. If you were an educated man, you would know that.
I can assure you, madame, my education is not one to be sneered at.
And yet you remain a mere detective. Perhaps it is your choices, then, that are to be questioned.
Maybe. But again, that just proves that I do have education. It's just shit. If I feel like the detective lights for me, it's for me.
Locked? That is absurd. They should be constantly coming back and forth from there if they are hiding from their work again. What is it you want in my staff area, anyway?
I only mention it as I was hoping to speak to some staff members. But if they are busy...
Be a good fellow and make sure they aren't slacking off in there. It shan't take you long.
May not have been permission I was expecting, but I shall check it nonetheless.
Keep your volume down. She had no right to do such a thing. As soon as the other ladies get wind that there was a police officer in-house, the whole town will know.
Perhaps you should be more focused on catching the blackmailer that is holding your family's name to ransom than what the chattering women of the town will say.
I care more about what those chattering women, as you so rudely described them, have to say than the empty threat of an anonymous letter.
Your daughter does not agree. In fact, it has been suggested that one of tonight's guests may know more than they are willing to show.
The guests? You mean our friends? You can't honestly believe one of them would be so petty to send a letter like that. Oh, officer, you have not changed.
I must thank you for your hospitality.
I suppose it is only polite to say you're welcome.
Madame is as quick-witted as I remember.
What a shame. There is nothing as memorable about you but your lack of respect.
Should have known getting into a verbal battle with Madam would not be easily won. Yeah, tell me the secret. What is the secret formula?
What do you mean, protecting? She hasn't gone and paid that silly ransom, has she?
It was Monsieur Demire that accepted the cost. He paid it because your daughter believes there may be something to hide.
For heaven's sake! Why do you think it was addressed to her and not I in the first place? Because they knew I would throw it in the rubbish where it belongs.
Madame, if there is something you are keeping, it would be wise to tell me now. It may help in identifying the culprit.
And it would be wise for you to stay out of my family's business. If I require your help, I shall ask for it. But don't hold your breath.
Ma'am, just remember, you're gonna have to be on your knees when you ask. Just like you know what, let me...
Merci. An enchanting conversation, as always.
I think I got too immersed into the story. I was about to be disrespectful as hell. The audience is probably like, oh my god. Like, Floss, why? Like, y'all don't look at me like that. It wasn't my fault. I got it in my bag. She's keen to avoid the argument.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
I'm sure Gideon could be marrying into the family purely for financial gain. Yeah, I think now is a good time for me to actually look into this one because I'm dead ass missing something here. Yeah, like a game like this, yo, you'll spend like so much time trying to figure out some shit. Fam, I thought I did this. I didn't.
This will not get me any closer to...
Should have made your sports family. What the fuck? Let me see. We know he doesn't like. I got past that. Got past that. Oh wait, no, it's a different one. So wait. No, no, that's that one. This should be this one. All right, I think I got it, y'all. I think I got it. I didn't see anything on the walkthrough that was helping me, but I think I'm slowly getting to understand this. The issue is I don't have enough. I don't have enough conversation with people. That's why I wasn't able to find this one, because I fully don't have everybody.
Aha.
Like on this particular mind web thing. So because I don't have everybody on the mind web thing, it's like, yeah, it's showing me something, but at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna be able to figure it out. Mr. Sterling is talking on the phone, almost too loud to ignore.
Van den Bosch residence, how may I help you? Yes, of course. Please hold for one moment. Sir, yes, a call for you. Shall I direct it straight through to you in the study now? Very good, sir. What can I do for you?
Merci. You have been most...
Unlocked. I must have caught a staff member at the right time. Okay, so this is the one person who I don't know. Well, I don't know the chef girl either. But yeah. Purpose that. Order the dismissal of a staff member for accessing rooms without permission. Curious. Miss Allard, your position as housemaid within the Van den Bosch residence is officially terminated with immediate effect for the following reasons: access to forbidden areas of the house, refusal to make sincere apology, emotional distress brought to the family. A reference shall be pending future. A reference shall be offered pending future employment. So that's cool. She's still gonna give them she's still gonna offer employment. I said employment. She's still gonna let them use her. Cassandra's still gonna give her reference for a new job and shit.
Bonjour,
I think the
mademoiselle.
issue is I'm just too impatient.
Oh, monsieur, you startled me.
It was not my intention, mademoiselle. I was hoping to talk with a member of the staff.
You are the detective?
I am Detective Hercule Poirot. I only intend to take up a moment of your time.
Madame Van der Bosch will be very hungry if she knows I'm standing talking.
Allow me to worry about madame.
Inga Frank, detective.
From the Norse god of peace and fertility. A most beautiful name.
Merci. It was my grand-mère.
Have you been working
Oui,
hard?
detective. Madame was very clear on what was to be prepared for today.
Well, everything looks exquisite. But if I may be blunt, would you not benefit from some more hands?
Monsieur Archie knows how busy we are, especially in the kitchen. I hate when I have to run service.
Merci, mademoiselle. must act on thought and... order and method. That...
I might have to talk to them again. And that may get me what I need. Bro, what the fuck is that?
Oh.
Photo showing 7 members of the staff. The house will surely run like clockwork with so many. Let me read the person's last name again. Miss Allard. Okay, so it looks like I got one. We got one.
Order and method. That... is there something?
Oh, it's staff termination.
I must act on thought and fact. I must take a different approach if I... Come, my little grey sat.
Yeah, because I was about to say Cassandra has nothing to do with that. So yeah. Well, I mean, you could tell by their rotation, like that shit.
Me any closer. I cannot see the logic in...
Okay. Let me try this one.
Is there something I...
So, family taking care of money now. Looks like the family financially got back on track with their money. Yet they still terminating staff though.
Get me any closer to... Come, my little grey cells.
Bro, how are they getting back on track when their staff is being overworked like this? Like, you should have more staff, right?
I must act on... I must take a different approach if I...
Again, y'all not really giving me anything here.
Order and method. That... I must take a different approach if I... This will not get me...
I thought I connected these.
I cannot see the logic in this.
I swear, y'all, I be seeing shit that I'm sure that I'm connecting, but then they'll tell me like, yeah, you didn't connect it. Pretty sure I tried connecting everything. Anything else on here? Yeah, all those. All those. Whoops.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Okay, so that small thing I didn't connect. Staff photo and staff rota. It appears that there are a number of staff missing based on the photo. Why could this be?
I must act on thought. Come, my little grey cells. We must think
Oh, wait, because staff terminations.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Appears missing staff were in fact relieved of their duties. Could there be another reason for letting them go? Which generally there is. Because what's the name went to like a forbidden part.
Is there something I am...
Wait, layoffs. It appears missing staff were in fact relieved of their duties.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
If the family are being more cautious with their money, maybe staff were let go for that reason. Alright, we got that done. Maybe that now I have a more fresher perspective. Wait, what the fuck? Y'all see this shit now, right?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Appears for a moment at least the family had organized their financial situation. Okay, here we go. Family struggling financially.
Order and method. That is the way.
So now I gotta talk to Cassandra. Yeah, y'all see?
Is there something I am...
Yeah, and at this point, what's the name? Do you want to help or some
I
shit?
must take a different approach if I...
Okay, I think because I'm still missing stuff, so I'm gonna keep it rolling. But it looks like I'm getting close to getting something out of here. But yeah, that one thing with the photo just like unbelievably, it brought another thing into something else. That's crazy. This pamphlet.
Huh.
Okay. Ain't no way he's standing out there that long.
What can I do for you?
That'd be as bold as to ask about the staff of the house.
What have they done? If I have to...
No, monsieur. There is not a complaint to be made. It is more the recent layoffs and extra work pressure you all seem to be under I am inquiring about.
We've had to let some of them go. Let's just say their standards didn't live up to what was expected.
Not exactly what the termination paper stated.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
So this man capping for the family. I respect that though, because he's not snitching. I probably do need to talk to her, huh?
I must act on thought and fact.
So he's...
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Okay. Wait, so if I am actually going by this, then that means these lines never touch. The lines never touch each other.
cannot see the logic in this. Come, my little grey cells. We must...
Yeah, and then this goes back to my theory on why, like, I haven't been able to connect shit. They're saying I can connect stuff, but at the moment I can't because I don't have everything.
This will not get me any closer. Order and method. Is there something?
Okay. So I guess I can't count this one. So far I haven't really needed the walkthrough for this thing. Cause so far that first prologue I actually solved it, but the second chapter when I tried to use the walkthrough, it didn't work. And of course it didn't work because I didn't have all the info. So pretty
Let's
much
make this quick, detective.
Ended up just being blank to me.
Why would I? He is to be Angeline's new husband and my new son-in-law. If he is taking that position seriously, he will do what he must to keep his new family happy.
And to you that means paying ransom money?
It means doing what he must to protect his wife and his family name. The public rooms are not adequate space for you to celebrate my daughter's engagement.
Madame, I asked only the limits, as I understand a member of the staff was let go for a similar reason.
It would benefit you not to listen to whispers and rumors, officer. They did not produce a satisfactory standard of work. There is nothing more to say.
It is detective, madame. And it is just that the termination papers detail the matter and proceed to...
Need I remind you again whose house you reside in?
Okay, then kick me out. Motherfucker, like shit. It's a nicer way of saying, yo, like, you know what? We don't want your help, period. Well, actually, no. You should have been sent me on my way then. Like, you shouldn't have let your daughter call me through.
I still not learned any sense of tact or subtlety.
I see no reason to beat around the bush, madame.
Until you are pricked by a thorn.
And until that day, I shall continue with the method that best sells me. Now, Monsieur da Silva.
I know she's mad now, because I'm learning you.
Yes. He has provided some financial support when it has been required. I assume that was the answer you were looking for.
Yeah, because we already know.
An enchanting conversation, as always. I cannot see the logic in this. This will not get me any closer to my... I must take a different approach if I am to...
Oh wait, they both support the family. Hold on.
Come, my little grey cells.
But I guess the lines don't connect because they're...
I must act on thought and...
Obviously this ain't gonna help me because it's not connected to like the particular lines I need, I guess. So we'll just keep it going. I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. From now on, I'm just gonna keep moving. That's the only thing that'll never change in this game. They never let this nigga just run or fast travel places. Like in these games, I mean, because it was the same thing with ABC Murder. I'd have to literally walk everywhere.
Oui, detective. That is not for me to talk about, detective. If Monsieur Archie found out I had said anything out of turn...
I am not asking you to betray your fellow staff or the family. What is said between us remains that way, mademoiselle.
I don't know, Hercule. You kind of been capping on that, bro. You've been telling, like, everything.
It's only whispers, but the last servant was caught in areas of the house they shouldn't be. Apparently, they saw something they shouldn't have. Please, detective, if Monsieur Archibald found out I was talking like this with a guest...
My lips are sealed, mademoiselle. Merci, mademoiselle.
Ooh.
Magnifique.
There's no doubt that there must be a family secret that can Forbidden House areas hold the answer. There's something that does not feel right about the staff dismissal. Contradicting stories of why only made me question its fertility further. Alright, well that's completed. Or did we get something new? I don't see anything new here. Guess not.
Order and method. That is the... Order and method. I must take a different approach if... This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Trying so hard to get all this shit connected, man. Alright. Who else can we talk to? Ernesto? Yeah, let's go talk to Ernesto. Watch, once I get his shit, like, I'm probably going to have everything solved. And for those that may be better detectives than I, if you exist, that is, didn't. No, I'm kidding. But y'all probably looking at me like, yo, I was able to figure this out. And to that I say, like I always say, I'm not one for showing work. If I get to the conclusion, I get to the conclusion.
Is there something... It seems someone has been asking around about me.
Only polite curiosity, I can assure you.
Well, you would be right. Although working with the Viscount caused me much less grief.
Grief, monsieur.
Let's just say we didn't always see eye to eye. And if neither side is prepared to back down, there is a problem.
There's obviously more to learn about the going-ons between Mr. De Silva and the Major. Certainly does not sound like a positive business
Merci for
relationship.
your time.
I think that gave me what I needed.
Come, my little grey cells. I cannot see the logic in this.
Well, of course it wouldn't be something new. I'm tripping.
Is there something? I must act on.
That's my whole thing. It's like, okay. I guess.
I cannot see the logic. Is there something I am not? This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Alright, anybody else I can talk to? Pretty much no. So, something's up here. Alright, so I'm gonna look through the walkthrough again. I missed out on something. I missed out on something key here. Yeah, okay. So see, it's as I thought. It's definitely as I thought. I'm missing something. I'm missing something to do with the Major. Well, it is. So, generally, y'all, that means I didn't look somewhere. I missed out on something that was key evidence. What it was, I will never know. Oh, wait. Did I even look at this here? Is that new? Yeah. Because according to this map, what I need is something that's going to be here. Something here is missing. Either that or something here is also missing. But yeah, believe it or not, y'all, this line is pretty much completed. It's just one thing missing here. Literally, I missed out on something key. I just don't know what it is. And I'm not trying to like up and just...
Oh. Huh.
I'm saying, I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary when I was around here.
Oh. Aha.
What else is new? I know what they're talking about. Nothing new popped up over there. So for now, because I'm not trying to click on something. What else do we got around here? I already seen all these paintings.
Huh. Ah. Aha.
I am all yours.
It has been a pleasure. Huh. Order and method. That... Come, my little grey cells. I must take a different approach if I am...
I don't get it. Really?
What a revelation.
Really? But it's the same thing. They're connected on the same line. Bro. It's clear that the Major is close to the family and has some connections to both Cassandra and Angeline. Dear God.
Magnifique.
There's a chance that the Major is involved in the blackmail somehow. What is the extent of Felix's possible involvement? I'm so mad about that. So now we'll talk to bro, so that was literally the thing that was causing it. But now y'all see why I couldn't figure it out. Why, like, it kept taking me so long to figure it out. A lot of y'all probably wouldn't have figured it out this quick either. Because why do these two need to be connected? It's the dumbest thing in the world. Because it's on the same line, you feel me? It's literally the same line. And you get these two just so you can get this. Like, it was extremely dumb. Like I said, great game. I could definitely give this at least a 7. But the reason, like, I could have probably gave this game an 8, but I'm definitely gonna give it a 7. Like, the cases are extremely great. This is some good shit. But it be shit like this, bro. It be shit like this that get on my nerves with it. So yeah, don't be afraid to use a walkthrough for this game. It doesn't make you no less of a gamer for it. Because, like, my God.
I am all yours, detective.
So you mentioned her friendship with the Major?
You are quite inquisitive, aren't you?
I believe it is called small talk, no?
There is small talk, and there is prying.
I assure you that is not my intention.
Monsieur, please. I know a nosy gossip hound when I see one. We can smell our own. The Major isn't worth a minute of your time, though.
You are not a fan of his.
I'd hit him with my fan, monsieur. Any man that can treat a lady the way he does doesn't deserve to be in his position.
And what position is that, may I ask?
Lording over Cassandra like she's the help. He shouts at her like she's a stray cat that's wandered into the house. Madness.
It's something I never thought I would hear. Madame was ready to physically escort me out of the house when I arrived to investigate the missing bracelet. And yet she allows the Major to get away with murder. There must be a reason as to why she would be so accepting of such behavior.
It has been a pleasure conversing. I look forward to our next tete-a-tete.
So that's probably why their relationship is rocky then. They both hitting this. But yeah. Blam.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I believe I've spoken to everyone and they told me everything they wish to.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
I cannot tell if Margaret's dislikes for the Major comes from a genuine place or merely jealousy. Thought it was only Madame Bosch that was concerned with her appearance to others. Perhaps the Major was of similar mindset, though I'm still not sure how he fits into the family dynamic. Shit. So I just gotta talk to Archie Baltics to advance the conversation. But okay, but now all the pieces are coming together though. We're getting there. I'm just happy they haven't had me doing like no difficult puzzles and shit.
What can I do for you?
The Major has made himself quite at home here.
Yes, he has been here for some time now. Lady Vanden Bosch has been very good to let him stay so long.
Would you say he has become part of the family?
He's always been very vocal about how he stands the ladies in high regards, and so he should.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
Okay. Looks like we got something new over here. And that explains why, like, you don't fuck with this shit.
What a revelation.
The Major may feel that associating with the Demar family may lower the Von Den Bosch name. I wonder if this is the limit of his negativity. Probably not. Possible status drop.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Y'all see how I just get this shit like at times? And that's because now the game's kind of following me. It's not like... It's not going into details. It's clear that the Major does not see the Denmark brothers in a good light. What does his thoughts towards them have to do with a couple's relationship? His views on
I must act on thought and fact.
Oh wait, so when I connect it, wait, no, it's the same thing. So it's times where we just gotta go into detail, right?
Is there something I am not seeing?
No, you good. I'm getting there.
I must act on thought.
I'm getting there. Because again, details.
This will not get me any closer.
Details. Details.
Come, my little grey cells. Order and method. That is...
Bingo.
The pieces of the puzzle are
I didn't see that
finally
before.
together.
The pieces of... Yep. The Major clearly doesn't want the wedding to go ahead. His reason for punching the Major was perhaps valid after learning of the reason he is against the wedding. So they're pretty much beefing over shit like that. So literally once I leave this, some shit finna happen, right? I gotta talk to Archibald again.
What can I do for you?
The smell from the kitchen is becoming almost too much to bear.
Ah, perfect timing. I was about to ask that everyone move through to the dining room.
Très bien.
I should be able to start charging my
Yes,
phones
Maman.
now.
Perhaps Turkey. I would love to see my beloved's homeland.
I'm sure we will decide on somewhere. Perhaps where we are both yet to have visited.
It was my crowning achievement.
I am not so sure you workers would agree.
Are you sure? I've definitely seen your face somewhere before.
I do not believe there is another that resembles these features, or brains, at least.
I've always liked the idea of sailing the West Indies.
In that heat? With your complexion?
Okay, but you lived in the capital at one time.
Oui, mademoiselle. I spent much of my working life there.
Maybe sleeping off half a bottle of whiskey.
Let us not be so blasé with our opinions, brother.
If you ask me.
I don't believe anyone did.
This man about to break in with hella alcohol and shit, right? Everybody's here except the Major.
You're that officer! The shootout on the rooftop! Your face was all over our front page!
It seems it is not only I that possesses great skills of deduction. You...
Please, come quick! The Major has been murdered in his study!
Wait. This
Monsieur
nigga
and
has a
Madame,
whole study.
I am Detective Hercule Poirot of the Belgian police force. I ask that you all remain calm and in your seats. I shall begin my investigation immediately. Monsieur Sterling, please, lead the way.
Now, I know what y'all thinking. Oh my god, a murder happened. I seen it coming. Like, I seen this shit coming. I was like, yo, somebody gonna end up dead at one of these. Because somebody always ends up dead at one of these. I knew somebody was gonna end up dead. I peeked that shit from a mile away, bro. What the fuck? Noticeable, almost sinister chill can be felt upon entering.
This is Mr. Hagen's study, Detective. Would you like me to stay?
I understand if you are not comfortable with such a scene.
Don't you worry, Detective. I've seen much worse in my years.
I am thankful to have someone of your resilience by my side.
I just can't believe someone could have killed him in cold blood. Is that what you think happened?
I admire your faith in your fellow man, but you will be surprised what someone will do when they feel there is no other option.
Alright, this should be good enough here. So like always, I like to thank y'all for rocking with me, Foster Gamer, Foster Gamma. With that, catch y'all, love y'all, and I'm gone.